Welcome back, guys. This is chapter 13, First Day Jitters. Okay, so I admit that the first day of school that I was so nervous that the butterflies in my stomach were more like pigeons flying around my insides. Mum and Dad were probably a little nervous too, but they acted all excited for me, taking pictures of me and Via before we left the house, since it was Via's first day at school too. Up until a few days before, we still weren't sure that I would be going to school at all. After my tour of the school, Mum and Dad had reversed sides on whether I should go or not. Mum was now the one saying that I shouldn't go, and Dad was the one saying that I should. Dad had told me that he was really proud of how I'd handled myself with Julian, and that I was turning into quite a strong man. And I heard him tell Mum that he now thought that she'd been right all along. But Mum, I could tell she wasn't so sure anymore. When Dad told her that he and Via wanted to walk me to school today too, since it was on the way to the subway station, Mum seemed relieved that we would all be going together, and I guess I was too. Even though Beecher Prep is just a few blocks from our house, I've only been on that block a couple of times before. In general, I try to avoid blocks where there are lots of kids roaming around. On our block, everybody knows me and I know everybody. I know every brick and every tree trunk and every crack in the sidewalk. I know Mrs. Grimaldi, the lady who's always sitting by her window, and the old guy who walks up and down the street whistling like a bird. I know the deli on the corner where Mum gets her bagels, and the waitress at the coffee shop who all call me honey, and they give me lollipops whenever they see me. I love my neighbourhood of North River Heights, which is why it was so strange to be walking down these blocks feeling like it was all new to me suddenly. Amersfoort Avenue, a street I've been down a million times, looked totally different for some reason, full of people I never saw before, waiting for buses, pushing strollers. Well, we crossed Amersfoort and turned up at Heights Place. Via walked next to me like she usually does, and Mum and Dad were behind us. And as soon as we turned the corner, we saw all the kids in front of the school, hundreds of them talking to each other in little groups, laughing, standing with their parents who were talking with other parents. I kept my head down. "Everyone's just as nervous as you are," Via said in my ear. "Just remember that it's everyone's first day at school, right? Okay?" Mr. Tushman was greeting students and parents in front of the school entrance. I have to admit, so far nothing bad had happened. I didn't catch anyone staring or even really noticing me. Only once did I look up to see some girls looking my way, and then they were whispering with their hands cupped over their mouths, but they looked away when they saw me notice them. We reached the front entrance. "Okay, so this is it, big boy," my dad said, putting his hands on the tops of my shoulders. "Have a great day. Love you," said Via, giving me a big kiss and a hug. "You too," I said. "Love you, Augie," said Dad, hugging me. "Bye." And then Mum hugged me, but I could tell she was just about to cry, which would have totally embarrassed me, so I just gave her a fast, hard hug, turned, and disappeared into school.